Hello bookish friends in the internet, welcome back to my channel. My name is Drew and this is Drew's Ambitious Reading. Now for today's video I am here to do a readathon announcement. It's a bit late for me just because I wanted to get this up earlier, but I didn't know what I wanted to read for the readathon. Shocking, I know, but June is a crazy reading month, so I only have one readathon because it's my birthday month and I just want to relax with my reading and read what I'm in the mood for. So basically I'm going to be mood reading all the time. Anyways, I have a huge stack of books here to talk about. Today's video is the Summertime Read Seasonathon. Yay! This is hosted by Melanie, Clint, and Kaylani. I'll leave all these lovely people's channel down below. There will be 2 live shows. There's an author chat June 18th, I believe, on Melanie's channel, and then there's the after hour live show, which is always so fun. Friends, what are we eating this time? Anyway, there's an after hour live show that happens at the end of the readathon. I believe it will be happening July 1st. I could be wrong though, but I'll leave everything down below, leave all the correct dates. This readathon, like I said, is hosted by Mel, Kaylani, and Clint, and there's 3. This is a little different this year. This is called Camp Seasonathon for the summertime, which is amazing and so hard for me because I hate choosing between my 3 friends of who I should go with. But each of the hosts, Mel, Kaylani, and Clint, has their own games they do for their TBR readathons. And so they each did a game of their own and their own camp. So there's Camp Melanie, there's Camp Kaylani, and Camp Clint. So all of them had amazing reading challenges for their team, and you get to read as much pages as you want. I'm already reading one of my first books, so we'll go into that in a few minutes. But without further ado, let's jump into this video before it's a long intro. But everything will be left down below in the description. I am on Team Melanie's channel. Mel from Mel's Reading, I think. No, that's a different Mel. Mel from Completely Melanie. I'm on her team, and I am really excited for these challenges. So I'm going to go over the challenges first, and then I'll show you what books I picked for what prompts. First challenge is to read the group book, which I'll show you in a few minutes. Next challenge is to read a contemporary book. The third challenge is to read an anthology. The fourth challenge is to read a book with a number in the title. The next challenge is involving a game or competition, which that was hard for me. Next reading challenge is read a graphic novel, which I love reading graphic novels, as you guys know. Next challenge is also random letter generator, so you can go through a spinning wheel and put letters A through Z, obviously, spin it and see which one that got picked. Then I have books with monsters in it, books set in an alternate world, a book with sprayed edges, and a book with a movie or TV show adaptation. So going into that order, so the group book for Camp Seasonathon is The Nature of Witches by Rachel Griffin. I was so excited about this book because I bought this last summer during the year it came out, obviously last summer, and I was so excited to read it, but I never got around to reading it. So I'm hoping I can read this for the first time and hopefully I'll love it. I hear a lot of amazing things about it, and a lot of my favorite authors blurb the back of this, so I'm super excited to see if I will love this. So this is for reading the group book, and again, the live show would be June 18th, I believe. I'll leave the correct information down below. And sorry for any sniffles here. I don't know what's wrong with me today, but I woke up with like the worst stuffy nose you can ever get. Next book I have is next prompt is to read a contemporary. I couldn't decide between two of my favorite authors, so I picked both Melt With You by Jennifer Dugan and I Kissed Shara Wheeler, I think is how you say it. I'm excited for both of these. I had arcs from NetGalley and the publishing company, so thank you so much. I cannot wait to physically read these, and hopefully one of these will get read. I'm okay if this one gets read the most, because I think I'm most excited for Melt With You. But I'm excited for both. Both of these were on my June TBR, so it was hard to decide. But a lot of people are reading this one at the moment right now, so either one of these I'll be good with. But yeah, I shouldn't really need to do summaries for these, because these are very popular new releases, and I'm just excited for both, and hopefully I'll love either one. So yay. Next I have is to read an anthology, and for that one I picked Serpentipany edited by Marissa Meyer, with stories by Elise Bryant, Elizabeth Elberg, Leah Johnson, Anna Marie Muckamore, Cynthia Menon, Marissa Meyer, Julie Murphy, Caleb Rogan, Sarah Winfield Searly, and Abigail Hang Wing. I got this earlier this year and meant to read it as soon as I got it, but of course I haven't. This has 10 romantic tropes. The tropes in here is the fake relationship, stranded together, class warfare, which I don't know what that one is, the best friend lover epiphany, one bed trope, which, oh my gosh, yes, the secret admirer, the grand romantic gesture, trapped in a cornfield space, the makeover, and the matchmaker. Those are all the tropes that involve with these 10 short stories, and I feel like I can just read each one throughout the month and hopefully finish it by the end of the month, since it is super short. So very excited for this as well, and I just love everything that Marissa Meyer does. So very excited for this one. Next is to read a book with a number in the title. Let me move these pens so they can get out of the way. Next is to read a book with number in the title, and this one I also had a hard time picking, but I picked Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Mirror. I am nervous for this because I hear a lot of mixed things about this book. I hear mostly good things, but I'm nervous because it's like the Hunger Games, but adult fantasy, if that makes sense. And it says the most fun you'll ever have with a skeleton. And I read the first chapter of this and I really enjoyed it, and I got it at Barnes & Noble last year, whenever. I got it sometimes at Barnes & Noble, but it's Pride Month. I'm trying to read LGBT books in Pride Month as much as I can, and this is one of them, and I know there's lesbian main character in here as well, so we love that diversity. Next book is to read a book with involving a competition or games, and for that one I'm going to be reading The Crown's Fate by Evelyn Skye. I read The Crown's Game a few years ago now. I actually recently reread it as of last year, and I did started this one, not this month, but I started this one earlier this year and never finished reading it, so I might restart it. I got to chapter 22, page 115. I don't really remember what I read of it, so I'm definitely going to have to restart it. But this is the second and final book in the Crown's Game duology. This is a book that's set in Russia where you have to kill each other to get the throne. So it sounds really good. I really love the first one. I think I give it like 4 or 5 stars, so I'm excited and nervous to see how this series will end. Next book I have is to read a graphic novel, and that one I picked Star Wars The High Republic Volume 3 Jedi's End by Kevin Scott. I'm very excited for this. I love the High Republic series. I really am anticipating this one a lot. I think out of all of these, this one might be the only 5-star read for me, just because it is quick and easy, and I hope I will love it as much. And here's the illustration for you guys without trying to spoil it, but that's what the illustration looks like. I already read volume 1 and 2 earlier this year and absolutely loved them, so I cannot wait to see how this series will wrap up as well. I hope there's more coming to this world though, because I love the High Republic era. Next book is to read a book with monsters in it, and for that one I picked Only a Monsters by Vanessa Lynn. I'm very excited for this one as well, not only because it is an Owl Crate book, but it's also a debut author, and I think there's LGBT characters in here, but I could be wrong. I don't really know too much about this one. I just know it says Only a Monster is about a monster girl whose summer is ruined when the cute guy at work turns out to be a monster slayer. This book was written with so much love and heart. When I was growing up, I always wished that I could read about characters who look like me, having amazing adventures in magical world. And then one day I realized that I could write that book. And now it is such a dream come true to share with you in this beautiful Owl Crate edition. I hope you have as much fun reading it as I had writing it. With love and best wishes, Vanessa. I just love reading those Owl Crate letters. So first book in a new series as well, so I'm definitely eager to see what's gonna happen, where we're gonna go, what characters am I gonna meet, and I don't know too much about this one, so I like to keep it that way. Next prompt is for an alternate world, and so I picked another Star Wars novel, and that is Star Wars Brotherhood by Mike Chain. This is the part of the canon line now. This takes place mostly in episode 2, which is Attack of the Clones, and after the Phantom Menace, I believe. So we get a little bit of the relationship between Obi-Wan and Anakin, and I just cannot wait to read that, since I did just watch the first 3 episodes of Obi-Wan TV show. This could also count for a book with an adaptation, because it's adapted from Star Wars, obviously. And I do have the audiobook for this from Audible, so I'm excited to listen to this one soon. And hopefully I'll love it, because this is one I just got in May. Next prompt I have is Sprayed Edges, or, oh, I skipped one. Next prompt I have is Random Letter Generator. So I went to the spinning wheel and put letters A through Z, and it picked I, and so I picked If You Change Your Mind by Robbie Weber. This is his debut novel. This is his LGBT contemporary debut novel, and I'm so excited for this. I actually met Robbie at Yawis, but his book wasn't out at the time, so he sadly didn't have any arcs or anything like that. So hopefully one day I get to meet him again and tell him how much if I love this book. As you can see, there's a lot of fantasy books on this DVR, so I'm glad we have a few contemporary books to split it up from the fantasy that I've been reading. And then the second to final prompt I have is to read a book with sprayed edges. This one I am buddy reading with my friend Lori this month for the month of June, and that is Jade Fire Gold by June C. Lynn Tan. I'm very excited for this. My copy is sprayed edges because it's a beautiful edition from Owl Crate, which I'll leave that unboxing up above or down below. But I'm very excited. This is a YA standalone fantasy novel, and I don't know, there's just something about this book that's calling to me at the moment. It just sounds so good. It says, something was awakening, a dark power I had no control over, a power that would save or destroy me. The world thinks I'm dead, and I want to keep it that way until I'm ready to take back what's mine. Like, hello. Like, that sounds amazing. It has green sprayed edges, as I already showed you. So yeah, that's why I picked it for this prompt. It just sounds amazing. And I'm in the mood for fantasy at the moment, so. Next book is one I'm actually currently reading and halfway through, and that is Rise of the School for Good and Evil by Simone Chanier. This one is going for a book with an adaptation because this is a prequel to the School for Good and Evil series, and that is getting adapted. So I picked this one, even though I'm already reading it. I'm counting it. It's my channel. I'll do what I want. A little sassy. But I'm like 200 pages into it, so I'll definitely finish it either tonight or tomorrow. Most likely tonight, because I do work tonight. But yeah, I definitely want to finish this soon, and this will definitely get read first, obviously, because I'm already currently reading it, and I literally have that much pages left. So like not that much, not that far left in this book, But yeah, that's all the books that I want to read for this readathon. Thank you, Clint, Melanie, and Kaylani for hosting. I cannot wait to read all of these books. Let me know if you would like to buddy read any of these books. Sorry it's so last minute, but it is happening throughout the whole month of June. So I'm very excited to jump into my reading and see what books I want to read for the month of June. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up, as it always helps me out. Hit that subscribe button, turn your notification on so you don't miss any new videos coming from me soon. And I'll chat with you guys down in the comments. Bye. Love you guys. Be safe. Happy reading. And I love you.